So I've been looking at toothpaste and looking at it really closely, to be honest. It apparently does prevents cavities, or I don't know actually, it's hard to read this. It just says cavities, gums, plaque, sensitivity, tartar, whitening, breath and enamel by removing surface stains. I'm not sure toothpaste is removing the surface stains. I think it's the toothbrush that removes the surface stains. I think that companies such as this and this that are recommended by dentists that are now trying to get everyone to go private should be displaying all of their nutritional value on this. Not because you're going to swallow it, but I want to know how much sugar is in this. I mean, this is very sweet. This is extremely sweet. It's really, really sweet. So I think that needs looking at. And then we need the difference between dentist doctors, and we need scientists that are independent, that are not bought out, to periodically pick these off the shelf and dip them and find out what is in them. Because if we've got the dentists that are making everyone go over to private, getting behind toothpaste companies, yeah, it's a bit iffy. I don't trust that one bit. My gut is telling me something's off with this. This is all off. It's very wrong. It's very sweet. There are chemicals in here that they're warning that if you swallow it, you need to consult a doctor or a dentist. I don't know. Is fluoride a neurotoxin? Yeah, I'm not sure. If there's a warning about swallowing this stuff, then, you know. And I think the last thing I want to do at night is rub something sweet on my teeth before I go to bed. I'm not sure that that is going to help teeth. I'm just really not sure. It's a bit like tobacco companies trying to bring down an NHS. Let's be realistic. It's overrunning the NHS with problems, and the problem is that people are addicted, and it's very hard to get off it. This is, again, people that get behind tobacco companies, it's just very sinister. That is, it's extremely weird. And, you know, it's the same with toothpaste companies. You're being recommended by dentists. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure that this is preventing all of the things it says it does. And even this one says temporary. This one says temporary. No, I think more needs to be done, and I think there needs to be clear labels on all of these of to how much sugar is inside here. Because, you know, the Tory government said that there's sugar should be banned and it's a tax and it's all of this. But no one ever looks at toothpaste. Clinically proven, professionally designed. To what? Destroy teeth? Because, I mean, I don't know. From what I've seen with a lot of corporations, they seem to play around with stuff. And I said a lot of, not all, but most, seem to want to play around with stuff. And then, if we look at it elsewhere, where we're hearing about the periodic table as well, and that some of the foods on there are not too great, and then we find out that it was corporations that invented that. Maybe it needs looking at, because it then overruns an NHS. This overruns an NHS. And what's more is when everything goes over to private, if you collapse the NHS and different things like that, which is a bad idea. Straight up, that is a terrible idea. This is then making money. All of these things then can be profited on. And are we really in control of what we put in our mouth? To a degree. But it's all the other stuff that goes into it. You know, I was once looking at meat and thinking about it, and I just sat down and thought about it, that we're not just what we eat. We are also what our animal eats. And if it eats something that is causing it to grow highly in fat and get fat, and we're trying to fatten up animals, I'm not saying right nor wrong, I'm just saying if, and what if this is the case. And we feed it stuff that causes it to fill out, and then we eat that. Is that chemical actually inert when we're eating it? And will it not make me start to fill out as well? You know, a knock-on effect with food chain. Again, can this drive obesity? And it's not like, oh, let's all stop eating meat, or let's all stop eating this. No. It's looking at an alternate way by bringing this to the table and asking these hard-hitting questions and saying that, is there another way that might not then cause this? Is there a healthier alternate? You see? And then maybe we then start to eliminate obesity. Then maybe we start to eliminate tooth decay. Then maybe we start to eliminate all of these other weird sort of factors that come from smoking and different things. So, you know, I don't even know how long it's been since I last had a cigarette, like a proper tobacco cigarette. It's been a while. Now I've been vaping, and again, what does this do? What do these have in it? What is the sweet level? Because this, again, is very sweet. Now, I'm not saying that it's wrong, because I think it's more better than a cigarette. It's easier to quit than a cigarette, this. But it's what else is in there? Is there an alternate? Is there a safer version where there's a nicotine-free version of this? So that when you go down the traffic light setting, you can then have a nicotine-free one. Just as a... or when things get a little bit hectic, let's say. But toothpaste, I think it needs labeling very clearly how much sugar is going in there, and then asking the question as to why is there sugar in there, and why so much sugar in there, and then does it need to be in there? And then scientists that are independent, you know, we have NHS prescription glasses, we have NHS treatments. Is there an NHS toothpaste that is not sweet? Maybe it's made from an ash. I've got an old tooth through there. Actually, I got quite a few old teeth from much when growing up, to be honest. Found out the tooth fairy wasn't real. Oh. But just much like you have the nail experiment, and you put nails in different test tubes. One has complete oil, one has half water, half air, the other one has this, one has Vaseline, one is in oil, different things like that. Much the same with these teeth, is doing different things with it. Soaking it in absolute ginger paste, seeing what happens on an old back tooth that I had. Soaking it on that. And then got another one from childhood with different things. Just different types of this sort of stuff, and the results are absolutely staggering. Now, I need a bit more time with it, but it's still asking the question of whether scientists should do these same experiments independent. I think it'd be healthier if it was come from our NHS, because they're not going to cash in on anything like this. Because at the end of the day, I believe that you want what's best for the people and the population, and I'm just not sure that every single brand is wanting the same results. Everybody's got an agenda, it seems, making more money, more money, more money. And they all recommend that you see a dentist as a part of healthy living. I don't know. It's too sweet for my liking. I just can't get over it, how sweet it is. Something feels so off in my gut. It's almost like it's a deliberate attempt to stifle the NHS, cause it to collapse, people go over to private, and then we're in this mix of high amounts of money for toothpaste, high amounts of money for, you know, dentists, and none of it's capped, none of it's regulated, none of it's watched. They can literally charge whatever they want. I mean, tell me, isn't that not a business to be in then? Become a dentist and charge whatever you want over the odds. And then if they all got together at one time and said, okay, we're going to up the prices so much so that, you know, you're paying an extra nearly £1,000 to get things sorted, maybe even 3,000, maybe even 4,000 pounds just to get some work done. It's a lot of money, especially with the cost of living going up. Everything else is running up. And then it would just be another log on that already big fire that's burning. So, and then some of these chemicals in here, is there not a natural version? Is there not an ashy version? Contains a lot of ingredients in it. It would be a bit more safer, apart from the aluminium, although it's in trace amounts and it depends on where you get the ash from. I don't know, thinking about Aborigines and the way they used to make ash pits and cook food in that, and when you look at food when it cooks, it leaches out and then it sucks back in the moisture. Well, if it's in an ash pit and it's doing this, it's going to be absorbing the nutrients from the ash, and the ash is going to be absorbing some of the nutrients from the meat. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And the byproduct is in our Aboriginal diet, Mesolithic period, we would have been eating this with this extra nutrients in it. And I wonder if it acted as an extra scrubber-upper on the tooth or your teeth. So, I don't know. I don't know. And if half of this does do what it claims to do, and it doesn't cause, it's great for not causing cavities, then why do we still get cavities if I was to use nothing but this brand? And I'm not shaming this brand at all. I'm just asking a very good question. If any of this was true, what you're claiming on here, then I should be okay to use this quite a lot and not get any cavities. And even if I had cavities, it should keep them white, right? Nothing will get in there. I mean, it's good for gums. Is there anyone with gingivitis that would want to try this out and then let us know whether it is actually good for gums? I mean, it proof's in the pudding. And then we got plaque. Well, if we've got a cavity and this is good at getting rid of plaque, then I shouldn't get any plaque inside my cavities. Therefore, my cavities shouldn't get worse, and therefore sensitivity is another one that is ticked off on here. Therefore, I shouldn't be feeling any sensitivity in my mouth, to be honest, with this toothache. And then we got whitening. I don't know. Any smokers out there that have tried this brand and tell me whether it's whitened your teeth in any way? Not sure. And then it's controlling your breath. Breath isn't about your teeth being clean. Breath is about what you just eaten. If I've just eaten apple, you mean to tell me that this will remove the smell of apple? Well, replacing it with mint, I could just chew on a piece of mint and then my mouth will be minty. And then therefore I'm taking care of my breath just by keeping a few dried leaves of mint on me. And then it's good for enamel. I'm not sure about that. By removing surface stains, in small print at the bottom. By removing surface stains. I don't know. 24-hour protection. Man, this is like a dentist in a tube, this is. Just squeezing out the whole dentist in here. I'm not sure. No. Clinically proven. Okay. A clinic tried this and came back with results that, oh my god, these people never got any cavities. And then who are the people that didn't brush their teeth then in the trials? And it's been professionally designed. What professionals designed this then, with the idea of putting sweet in it? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna call BS on that one. Teeth will look instantly whiter for immediate lift and a natural whiter smile in 1 week. Okay, cleans, polishes, and protects. Instant boost. An instant boost that takes a week. I mean, already I've got information that is arguing the toss with itself on the front. Brush 3 times a day for 1 week. If I can even read any of that. Continue use twice a daily to maintain teeth's whiteness and shine. Do not swallow. Children under the age of 6 and younger use a pea-sized amount for supervision or supervised brushing to minimize swallowing. In the case of intake of fluoride from other sources, okay, consult a dentist or a doctor. Formula contains proven optical enhancers that provide a temporary effect. Temporary. Fluoride from other sources. Don't look here, look at other sources. What you mean, like water and stuff? And then I've got a confirmation situation here again where information is now conflicting. What information is conflicting? Well, I'm told that fluoride is safe to drink, but on toothpaste it's not safe. if it comes from another source. If it comes from this source, it's all okay, but if it comes from another source, it's not okay. I'm confused. It seems to be, again, misinformation here it's clashing. It doesn't make any sense to me. And then what, I see a dentist and I'll be like, oh yeah, fluoride's cool. Okay, right. I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm just asking the question of, is it? This is saying otherwise. This whole thing is, it's just clashing with information. And usually, when you can't get your story straight, apparently people are lying. This is conflicting. Again, like this one is conflicting. And to be honest, I use more than just what I'm holding here. I've got another couple of toothpastes. Another one being Colgate, and the other one is Aquafresh. And I'll brush my teeth lastly with this one, but I use all four. One, done. Next one, done. Next one, done. Finish off with this one, done. And I gotta admit, I haven't noticed anything slow down in my mouth. I haven't noticed the staining lift off my teeth at all. I've got abscess right now as we're speaking. I'm in excruciating pain. I don't know. I mean, if it did any of these things, would I be experiencing this situation right now? And then again, I had 3 abscesses, all on the same top teeth. And again, I was on antibiotics to get rid of that problem. And it would cost me £3,000 to have this damage sorted, and now I've got a lot more. I don't even have I've got 1 molar, that's it. Chewing food, woo, it's a bit of a mission. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not sure about that, and I think it needs listing of why are all of these sweet, sugar or salt. I mean, it will taste pretty bad, but hey, if it's not meant to be swallowed, why would you make it sweet? Especially for children. That bit I don't understand. Like, kids are renowned for swallowing sweet stuff. If it was bitter, they're not going to swallow that. They'd spit it out. In a heartbeat, they'd spit it out. So, I don't know. And we got some warnings about the fluoride and it mustn't be swallowed, and it's kind of, what is so bad about it that I can put it in my mouth, but I can't swallow it? And I'm going to have residue left in my mouth because there's no way I can rinse my mouth 100% clean from this. I've tried, and you can still taste it. And if I'm still tasting it, well, I'm swallowing trace forms amount of this. And perhaps not bad on the first initial, but what happens if I've been doing this for the best part of 36 years? Swallowing this chemical in a small trace amount, that trace amount starts to build up. And then how much of that little amount have I got to swallow in order for it to be at a dangerous level to cause it to be a neurotoxin, or, you know. So, you know, these are my questions. Whether you want to answer them or not, or be the one that goes and has a look, or find out for yourself. I'm not saying it is bad, and I'm not for or against it. I'm just asking the question of, if it were to do all of these things, I don't know, it's very sinister, and all the dentists are like, well, we get behind this stuff. Here's my job, here's my house, here are my car keys, here's my livelihood. Just take it all away from me. Just brush your teeth with this stuff. I mean, it don't make sense to say that. I don't know. And then the prices here and the way everything is going, where we're going to start cashing in on, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it needs closer attention, more scrutiny. And if we're going to scrutinize tobacco, then I don't think we should stop there. I think this sort of stuff needs looking at. Yeah. So rather than run on again about the whole thing, I don't know. Let me know what you think. And I'm saying maybe, and should it be looked at? Where do you land on that? Tell me, is it sweet? Or is it bitter? I find it sweet. Incredibly sweet. Whew.